Now, have you heard of the horrific account of the Jameson whiskey error? No? Well, I'm about to tell you. And I'm also about to tell you that the story going forward could be graphic, so if you're sensitive, please scroll on by. Jameson is a whiskey that's liked by many, but what you're about to hear will likely put a different taste in your mouth the next time you drink it. And the story goes something like this. Back in 1888, James S. Jameson, who was the heir to the Irish whiskey fortune, thought himself somewhat of an explorer. And during the Emin Pasha relief expedition, he decided to buy himself a 10-year-old girl just to watch her be eaten by cannibals. Why? Because he wanted to draw sketches of her while she was being consumed. You see, at that time, the Ottoman province in Sudan was cut off by a revolt, and the region's leader, Emin Pasha, was in desperate need of supplies, and he thought that because the expedition was ran by Henry Stanley, that they were in good hands. But that was until he found out the real reason for the expedition. It was to annex more land for the Belgian Free State colony in the Congo. With everything that was going on, the humane treatment of people was just an afterthought, which is why something like this was able to happen. And I should say that everything that you hear came out of Jameson's own diary itself. We know from his records that in June of 1888, Jameson led the expedition's rear column into a Congo trading post that was famous for its cannibal population. We also know that Jameson's point person was this man, a man named Tipu Tip, who was a local fixer and slave trader, and that he told Tip he wanted to watch cannibalism in person. After that, Tip consulted with the village chiefs who told him he better purchase a slave, and when Jameson asked how much it would cost, he gave them 6 handkerchiefs, and a few minutes later, Tip walked out with a 10-year-old girl. A translator named Ferran recalls the chiefs telling the villagers, "This is a present from a white man who desires to see her eaten." Ferran said the girl was tied to a tree while they sharpened their knives, and then once stabbed her in the belly twice. In his diary, Jameson wrote, 3 men ran forward and began to cut up the body of the girl. Finally, her head was cut off and not a particle remained, each man taking a piece to the river to wash it. Both Jameson and Ferran recalled how the poor girl never screamed through every horrible moment. Jameson, in the meantime, made these sketches of the horrific scene and then took them to his tent to add watercolor. And of course, Jameson told his wife it was a huge misunderstanding, that he gave the handkerchiefs as a joke, that he had no idea they were going to eat the girl. The news of this incident did outrage the public in both Europe and the US. However, justice was never achieved because Jameson died of a fever just a few months later. Talk about karma. And one thing did happen, though. All non-scientific expeditions in Africa were stopped.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart you work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakal Double honors to my elders and my apostles of Great Milestone that do indeed well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect, the elect of the 1/3, Shalom. This is Brother Dawadah from the GMS Detroit camp, coming at you with another video through the man of power of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakal. And you saw the clip, all right? You saw the Eve going into the story on Esau and the wickedness that he's involved in and that he has done. All right, what you have going on now is YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI is revealing this devil and exposing him. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. Yeah, Esau is being made bare. He's being totally exposed now. Okay, through the inspiration of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. This bastard, this devil, Esau, Edom, he's being exposed now. All right, for who he is. Okay, his secret societies are being exposed. Okay, that's a major thing. The average nigga with his pants at his kneecaps, he knows what the so-called Illuminati is. Okay, he knows who they are. I remember growing up in the hood of Detroit, and there was this Jake that lived across the street from me, and he'd always tell me about, oh, you know about the Illuminati? Hey, man, they said the Illuminati got messages in this video. You know, hey, you hear about them? And I'm sure you have the same kind of stories from when you were growing up, where you hear the average Jake telling you about these different secret societies. You know, they'll say, oh, man, they some weirdos, man. You know they do this? Hey, man, you know they do that? Right? So that's the Heavenly Father making Esau bare. He's exposing them. It says, but I have made Esau bare. Yeah, he's being exposed right now. I have uncovered his secret places. Yeah, like his secret societies. That's being exposed. And he shall not be able to hide himself. Yeah, even now he can't even hide his identity. Now everyone knows who the so-called white man, his true biblical identity is, and he can't hide it. You see, his secret societies are being exposed. He himself is being exposed. And all the dirt that he did is also being exposed. It's being unearthed. It's being dug up, all right, through the men of the Lord. All right, even through certain of these whistleblowers. All right. And he shall not be able to hide himself, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Right. And he is not. So eventually Esau is going to get done away with. Okay? He's going to be out of rulership, and then eventually be done away with. So now let's jump from there to the book of Habakkuk. So these different whistleblowers, they're also exposing this devil. You know, a whistleblower is someone that was in the know. He was in the inside. He was in the a secret society, and he, for one reason or the other, he leaves, and then he exposes or reveals all the secrets that he knows of that secret society. So let's go to Habakkuk. Excuse me, Salakia. Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Right. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Meaning, yeah, you're being exposed. Let thy foreskin be uncovered. You're being exposed right now. And all the shameful things Esau's done is coming out. Like what you just heard in that opening clip, him, you know, like cannibalism, and this devil's so sick that he wrote about it. You know, there's pictures about it. That's his shame that's being exposed right now. See, because everyone views this devil as being someone so righteous and so noble. But now, let's go to Isaiah 32. And I think it's 11. See, now as he's being exposed, that cover is no longer upon him. It's actually verse 5. Isaiah 32 and 5. The vile person. Who's that? Esau. Only a vile person will be will cannibalize someone and write about it, and there's pictures about it. You know, just for the hell of it, just because they can. Not because there's not any food, but just because they want to. They're that sick. The vile person shall be no more called liberal. Yeah, meaning noble. All right? So people aren't going to look at this devil as being a noble guy, because he's not. Because as he's being exposed more and more, as we get closer and closer to the end, more and more people are waking up to his wickedness. All right? For who he truly is. It says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor shall the churl, when you look up this word churl in the blue letter, it means a scoundrel. Yeah, that perfectly describes this devil. Said to be bountiful. So Esau is being exposed now, and now people are waking up that this devil is wicked. He isn't noble, he's not liberal, he's not righteous, he's wicked. Habakkuk 2 and verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Right. This place America was founded through wickedness. Okay? All the madness and wickedness that they did in the slave trade, all that's being exposed right now. That shameful spew that's coming out. It says, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Right? Okay? Because now they're being exposed. Now they're being revealed. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee. It says, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. It's like it shall be all thy glory. That shameful spewing is coming out. All the wicked stuff Esau's done, that's being exposed right now. Okay? So that shameful spewing is coming out. So there's nothing that he can do to hide himself. See, because at one time he could just throw on a lab coat or throw on some a three-piece suit, and everyone just, look who it is. It's the white man. And everyone's, they got their jaw, hanging from their mouths because they believe that he's so righteous. But no, now they're seeing, wait a minute, now hold up, this guy's wicked. You see? So that's what's going on now. And people are seeing this devil for who he truly is. That's why he's known as the man of sin. He's broken every law, statute, and commandment in this Bible. And he takes pleasure in doing so. That's one of the reasons why he's known as the wicked. And he can never do right. But my auntie's white. What about her? Well, if her lineage goes back to an Edomite, then she's going into slavery. And after 1,000 years, she'll be over 918. All right? Now, you do have Israelites that look so-called white. Okay? And their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're going to be good at the end of the day because they're Israelites. All right? Psalms 58 and 2. Yea, in the heart, meaning in mind, you, meaning you, Esau, the so-called white man, work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Yeah, like he'll send his troops to one place, using his military force, his military might. All right, he has the missile technology. He's a violent man by nature. Okay, he takes pleasure in killing because he has the power to do so. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, that's his nature, to lie, to speak lies. Okay? Their poison, that's their philosophies, the philosophies of the so-called white man, is like the poison of a serpent. They, the Edomites, are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Meaning what? That's a metaphor, a dark saying. Meaning they can't hear this truth. They ain't going to accept it. Even when you're rightly dividing the word of truth, they're not going to accept it. They're that deaf adder, which will not hearken, meaning listen, to the voice of charmers. That's the prophets out there teaching. Matthew the 11th chapter. We have piped unto you, but ye have not danced. So we're charming, but they're not listening to us charming. Charming, never so wisely. So we're going precept upon precept. That's what it means, charming, never so wisely. Because we're prophesying, breaking down the scriptures the right way, going precept upon precept, showing them, hey, you are the so-called, you are the Edomites according to the Bible. This is your track record. This is your history. This is what your lineage goes back to. This is what's going to happen to you. And they'll say, nah, that ain't us. No, we don't believe that. No, not my God. Not my Jesus. Right? So they'll come up against this truth, no matter how well you break it down to them. Okay? So now, there's a scripture in the book of Psalms. I think it says, let's try this one. Psalm 140:1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, deliver me, O YAHAWASHI, from the evil man. Who's that? Esau, the so-called white man. Only an evil person would do something like that. Preserve me from the violent man. Yeah, he's a man of violence. He loves blood. Revelation, the 6th chapter. That red horse, that's Esau. Which imagine mischiefs in their heart, in their minds. They're constantly meditating on new ways to kill, to afflict, to oppress. Continually are they gathered together for war. Continually, meaning non-stop. That's why they say all wars are bankers' wars. Okay, they say what? It's always best to buy when blood is running in the streets. War after war after war. You can do a quick Google and look up how many wars or how many years since America has been founded. How many years has America been involved in the war? They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adders poison is under their lips. Salah. Keep me, O YAHAWASHI, from the hands of the wicked. Right. Keep me, O YAHAWASHI, from the hands of the wicked. And that's what we're praying for the Lord to do, to protect us. Okay? And hands represents your power. Okay? So he's asking the Lord to protect them. And what's the power of the so-called white man? His number one, his military might, his troops, all right, his different forms of technology. Okay? Preserve me from the violent man. Right, because we're going to need Yahweh to preserve us. Because eventually that same demonic spirit that was on them to cannibalize those people, that's what's coming back. All right? 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. So we need to be in that spirit. Ask the Lord to preserve us from all that. All right? Psalms 124. Who have purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, a trap and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me, Salah. So they're seeking to trap up the nation of Israel. Okay? Case in point when they flush in those troops. All right? They're seeking to, if you don't take that microchip, which is the main trap, they're going to flush in those troops to come and lab you, to come and get you. You know? Even under the penalty of death. You don't want to take this microchip, off with his head. You see? So that's the snare that they set before us. Okay? A trap. It says, I said unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou art my God. Hear the voice of my supplications, meaning my prayers, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because when Esau sends those troops, we're going to be, Lord's will for part of the elect, we're going to be praying to the Lord to help us. Because strength comes from above. It doesn't come in the multitude of an host. Alright? Strength comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Heavenly Father does what He likes best. Psalm 124:1, a song of degrees of David. If it had not been Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai who was on our side, in this day and age is on the side of the elect of the nation of Israel. Now may Israel say, if it had not been Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai who was on our side, when men rose up against us. What men? The Edomites. Alright? In their armies. Then, beginning with these international bankers, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. And we know their wrath is kindled against us. What's the proof of that? 2 Ezra 16. The burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. You see? These precepts go, they marry one with another. They link up. It's like a big old jigsaw puzzle, which the Holy Spirit guides us to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? So Esau is seeking to swallow us up. And their wrath is definitely kindled against us. Alright? They hate us. Right? Psalm 124:2. If it had not been Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, alright, who was on our side, when the man rose up against us. You see? Because eventually it's going to get critical out here where they're going to roll in their troops. Okay? Esau, they're the part of that, the men that rose up against us, or that are rising up against us. Also these other nations. Alright? But beginning with their international bankers. Alright? Then they have swallowed us up quick. Right? And they're going to swallow up a lot of jakes, meaning destroy them, when they roll in with those troops. Okay? And even certain of the elect are going to get. Those that resist that stabbing, that microchip. Okay? Then they have swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters, which is who I was going to tell you, had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. So the waters is a metaphor for the people, the troops. Okay? So Esau is going to come in like a flood with those troops to come and devour. All right, to swallow up, to destroy the nation of Israel. All right, during the hour of martial law. So that's why it's so important to pray these prayers that we read, these psalms. Okay, we have to apply what we're learning. Psalm 140:8. Grant not, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the desires of the wicked. One of their main desires is to microchip everyone. Okay, another main desire is to establish their new world order. Another main desire is to destroy the nation of Israel. Okay? Further, Lot, his wicked device. Right? Don't let their plan succeed. Least they exalt themselves, Salah. Let's see. As for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. Right? Because, hey, in this day and age, Esau, when he comes in with his troops and all that, you know, during the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, all that's going to lead up to the missiles coming and destroying his society. And once Esau's society is destroyed, he ain't coming back into power. Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt, evil, meaning bad time, shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. Wow. I know that YAHAWASHI will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. Surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. That's the elect. The elect are the righteous that are giving thanks unto the name of the Lord right now. The upright shall dwell in thy presence. Okay? And eventually all Israel is going to give thanks unto the name of the Lord in the kingdom. But on this side, only the elect is doing that. All right? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Okay? So let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Okay? Because because it seems like he has a sure grip on the earth. All right? It seems like he has a sure grip on the earth and that he'll never go down. But guess what? The joy of the hypocrite is only for a moment. Okay? The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. So they're not going to prosper here. They're not going to be established here for too much longer. They're soon going to be uprooted. All right? So with that, all praises, honors, and glories be unto Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Kakudash, the blinders, the elders, my apostles, and Great Milestone, that do it even well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect, the elect of the 1/3. With that being said, Shalom. Barakah, Akim, and the features of that lesson. Shalom.